This is A Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love. And we are back with another video. And in this video, there's certain things that I don't think black men realize yet. And one of those things that I'm going to speak on in this video is a popular topic that's been going around lately. And I would have to say that black men need to realize that the hoes are winning. The hoes are winning. Whether we try to philosophize it, whether we try to revise reality, if that can be done, but they're winning. They're winning. We need to realize that. And we need to realize that for more than one reason, more than two reasons. But we need to realize this because this should let black men know exactly what time it is in society. That's what this should tell black men. Exactly what we're dealing with on a social level, on an economic level. That's what this should tell us. See, it should let black men know that we're our own agency. See, whether we want to escape that fact or not, reality is going to continue to show us the truth. See, I know a lot of us, we get online and we try to use this as an escape from reality. You know, we come on here and think that we can solve real life issues by just being on here. See, I understand a lot of brothers are caught up in that. So what that has breeded is it has breeded a mentality that a lot of brothers have today where they think what they hear online is right. They think because their favorite YouTuber said it, that's what it is. And this is not me going against YouTubers because I'm one myself. But like I always tell brothers, you have to think for yourself. See, I'm just here to advise brothers. That's what I'm here to do. I am your advisor for the things that you may not see, for the things that you may not understand that's going on. You see? But I'm not here to tell you that what's going on in the world isn't going on in the world because we're here online. See, that's what I'm not going to do. That's what I'm not going to do because my job is to not keep you in the dark. That is not my job. That is not my purpose. You see? So when you hear brothers that are saying the 304s are winning, it's not because they want them to be winning. It's because in reality, that's true. No matter what you talk about here online dealing with women, it's something different when you get off of this place. When you leave this space, when you leave Facebook, when you leave Instagram, and you out in the world and you're dealing with women, it's different from what these guys are speaking on online. It is not exactly what you think it is. Because for the most part, a lot of these men are not dealing with these women the way that they say they are online. They're not dealing with them like that in real life. They're not. Because if they were, they would have a different approach. They would have a different message for you brothers. How isn't 304s winning when you have Brittany Renner? How don't you have 304s winning where you got chicks like Lyra Galore, who started out in the strip club and now she has a child by the CEO of QC Records, CEOP. That is her baby father. How is she not winning? If the Migos are multimillionaires, how much did dude who put the Migos out have? CEOP. Without CEOP from QC, you don't have the baby. You don't have the Migos. That's her baby father, a 304 by the name of Lyra Galore. How aren't 304s winning when you have Kim Kardashian who monkey branched her way all the way up to Kanye West? She started out getting smutted out on a sex tape by a rapper just by being a groupie, being a 304, because that's what she was before she became an industry dude's wife. She was selling that snatch in the industry to industry dudes. Now she's a wife of a billionaire. Are you serious? Are you serious? See, we cannot allow cyberspace to affect what we see in the real world and what we know to be what's really going on. See, I told this space a long time ago, approximately 2 years ago, that if we really wanted to shut these hyenas down, these 304s, these strags, move on in the conversation. I said this 2 years ago. Let's stop talking about them. Let's stop making them the topic of our conversation. Let's stop allowing our conversation to go back to women. I was saying this at the end of 2019, going into 2020. I've been moved, my content moved away from talking about women and the gynocracy. And I told y'all a long time ago, the reason why I don't talk about it no more is because we've been there, we done that. That's already been proven. Them books are closed. I have a whole playlist about it. Go and check out the gynocracy playlist. Go and check out the esoteric red pill talks, where I went into all of this stuff. dealing with these 304s. But not only the example of the Brittany Renners, the Lyra Galores, and the men that they're able to be with now, Kim Kardashian. Not only that, as proof that 304s are winning, but the goddamn evidence that's right in our face that we seem to ignore in this space is we're still talking about them. So before we even get to talking about the other shit, the thing that's right in our face that we're ignoring is we're still talking about them. We're still talking about them. See, this is what we need to realize. We're still focused on things and people who are not focused on us. Just by us still talking about OnlyFans, about Backpage, about Adult Friend Finder, and all of these other things, YouTubeMatchFinder.com. Being that we're still talking about these things in 2021 shows that they're winning. We're still talking about them, fellas. We won't stay focused on us. Why can't we stay focused on us and our problems? We still worry about what the vagina rate is. We still talking about it. We still talking about winter is coming for 304s. You see, we're still talking about them. We're still talking about them. After we went through the pump and dump stage, SYSBM, MGTOW, all of these things to try to tell black men they need to be focusing on themselves more than women, we're still focused on women in this space. We're still focused on what women are going to do abroad. Black men are still hell bent on what black women are doing. And you wonder why they're leading us in shit? Because we're not even focused on what we got to do. We focused on what they doing. We focused on the benefits that they getting from the government. We focused on her value and who she's valuable to instead of focus on us. Instead of keeping the conversation on men and what men need to be doing on all levels. See, the reason why the conversation in this space goes back to talking about women is because men only sit around and talk about things that women are only concerned about. Let me repeat that. The reason why the conversation around here always revert back to women because the men around here are only talking about things that women are concerned with. Or let me just say, not just women, but these 304s. See, when we talk about having man talk, a lot of times all we talking about is how we gonna get some money so we could buy new cars and all of the shit that a 304 likes. Whenever we talk about politics, we start talking about socialism and how women are getting more than men. This is what we do. See, we don't talk about the shit that's going to make women say, Oh yeah, this is an interesting conversation men should be having where they could just sit back, shut up, and listen. No, we have the conversation that's going to draw the women back in, that's going to bring women in and say, hey, can I say something? And you always know it's going to be a Negro to say, yeah, let's hear what she got to say. Which then switches the conversation now fully back on what women think and what women want and what women say. This is what's going on in a man's space. And it is because the men do not want to move the conversation past dripping and tricking. We don't want to move the conversation past pussy and money. Every time we talk about money, you Negroes start talking about pussy. This is why the women are always around when men talking about money. See, they're not around when we're talking about personal development. They're not around when we're talking about black men's mental health. Now, you're going to have some women that come through and listen, but they're not going to be there in abundance. You know why? Because that doesn't directly benefit them. That doesn't directly feed who they are. You see? This is why they always come back around, because they know the conversation is about them. And this is what we need to realize, black man. We need to realize if we're going to say we're focused on black men, then we need to be talking about the problems of black men outside of women. We already know the problems black men have with their goddamn women and women in general. We have dating coaches for that. We have the Macosphere for that. Okay? We have the dudes that are giving game in the space for black men who having problems with women. Let those men play their role. We got other important shit to deal with. We need to be talking about personal development. We need to be talking about agency. That's what we need to realize. And if we don't realize that first, all we doing is bringing the goddamn projects to YouTube. What you think niggas in a project sit around and talk about all day? Getting money and getting some pussy. The same thing y'all want to talk about. But then turn around and say, oh, we're on our purpose. Yeah, your purpose to become a trick. When what you need to realize is you need to stop talking about the hoes and stop talking about hotivity. Stop talking about the activities of the 304. And let's start talking about the activities of black men. The shit that we shouldn't be doing and the shit that we should be doing and the shit that we should be aspiring to do as black men. That's what we need to realize. We need to realize that we have no agency. We need to realize that we're dying because of poor health conditions. We need to realize that we're dying in prison still. We're still dying in prison. We still got a bunch of black men who are still being exonerated from 40, 50 years ago from being wrongfully accused and running up the goddamn incarceration rates. We need to realize and speak about the persistent barriers to wealth that black men deal with. Shout out to the crypto gang and those brothers over there that's enlightening brothers on how to get crypto. But right after we talk about crypto and investing our money, the next thing we talk about is what these hoes doing though. We got to stop that shit, brothers. We got to stop that shit. We really have to grasp hold to this concept of we're our own agency. Because the 304s, they have an agency. They have one. They have an agency that they can go to, and they have agency from the government. This is why at any time, a 304 could stop doing what she's doing, go get her a job. Or she could stop doing what she's doing for a minute, go get her a little CNA job, go get her a little supermarket job, and still do what she do on the side. This is why you see this going on. Because they have agency, brothers. What about ours? It makes no sense for us to keep sitting around talking about, oh, well, they have this and they have that. What do we have? And why aren't we focusing on getting some or creating some for ourselves by us? Why isn't the conversation at length about that? And if we don't realize that our conversation need to change first, because what you talk about is what you're thinking about. So if black men don't realize that it's time for us to change our conversation, we lost and we will continue to lose. So get down in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this subject. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to the video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to all of the visionaries and make sure you catch our Black Friday sale. Get down in the description box. Click that link. Get your 20% off on your A Game product. Shout out to the A Game Nation. I'm going to catch y'all on the next video. Peace.
This is A Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.